Hello students, I welcome you all to this English class. Standard 10, Unit 3, Supplementary, The Story of Mulan. This unit speaks about women empowerment. If you see prose, poem and supplementary, all the three are based on the same topic, women empowerment. Today, we see women are empowered and they are in all the fields. Many world leaders and scholars have argued that sustainable development is impossible without gender equality and women's empowerment. Only acknowledging men's participation will not be beneficial to sustainable development. In the context of women and development, empowerment must include more choices for women to make on their own. Without gender equality and empowerment, the country could not be just and social change would not occur. Therefore, women's empowerment plays a huge role in development and is one of the significant contributions of development. This story portrayed one such development in the country, and let's see how. The story of Mulan is based on the legend of Hua Mulan. It is about a brave girl, Mulan, who had saved China. The story of Mulan portrays the legendary Chinese warrior Hua Mulan and is mostly based on information of her from the poem The Ballad of Mulan. What is ballad? Ballad is a kind of narrative poem adapted for recitation or singing, especially a sentimental or romantic poem in short stanzas. The best example could be Samuel Taylor Coleridge's Rime of Ancient Mariner. This restating of the old Chinese folk tale is about the story of a young Chinese maiden who learns that her wizened, old and frail father is to be called up into the army in order to fight the invading Huns by the Chinese emperor. The story depicts the daughter's love for her father. Father wanted the girl to be able to defend herself and thus taught her sword fight and kung fu. How this girl hails to become a commander of an army from learning the art of war from her father is narrated in a fine manner in this story. If we take this story, we can divide the story into 5 segments. 1. Announcement from the Chinese. Next, Mulan joins the battle. The other one, truth about Mulan. Next, Mulan's bravery and the acceptance of soldiers. The final one, Mulan's final decision and the emperor's gift. Now let's see the first segment or first part of the story, announcement from Chinese. Many years ago, China was in the middle of a great war. The emperor announced that one man from each Chinese family must leave his family to join the army. She hears of this order that every family must send one man to the army while washing clothes. She discusses the same with her father, who had also heard of it when he had gone to the town. Mulan's father, who is frail and aged, decided to fight for his country and the honor of his family. Though it is clear he will not survive the enemy's encounter. The next part, her father got ready to join in the army, as his son was a child and Mulan was a girl. So he has to go. But Mulan stopped him, saying that she would go on behalf of him. She would dress herself as a man and join the army. Her father said that she could not do it. If the emperor knew about it, he would kill her. The next part is Mulan joins the battle. She takes blessings from her father, kisses him goodbye, wore his army clothes, and rode on his horse after cutting her long hair short. In the army, Mulan proves to be a brave soldier who is later put in charge of other soldiers. Her battles go so well that more soldiers are added. After a few years, Mulan becomes general of entire army. The next part, truth about Mulan. So far we have seen her father doesn't want daughter to go to an army, but she is very sure that she wants to go and fight for the country. And how does she go? Yeah, she disguises herself as a man and goes to the army. Now what happens? The truth comes out. The next part is truth about Mulan. After some days, a very bad fever swept through the army. Mulan, the general, was also affected by this fever. When the doctor came out of Mulan's tent, he told the truth to the soldiers. Now what is the truth? The truth is Mulan is not a man, but she is a woman. So what happened then? The soldiers got angry and yelled that she should be punished. But some soldiers protested to this and said they won every battle with Mulan as the general. However, some soldiers are broad-minded and see the winning chances. Mulan's bravery and acceptance of soldiers. Just then, a soldier announces attack by the enemies. With no time to debate, soldiers spring to action at the command of the general, who hears this from inside her tent. She gets dressed and goes outside. Though not strong, she stands tall. Mulan got up and proceeded towards the attack. She instructed the soldiers what to do, and it worked well. The battle was won by them. China was saved at the end. After this victory, no one cared that Mulan was a woman. The last part of the story is Mulan's final decision and the emperor's gift. The emperor was very glad that Mulan had ended long war, that he set aside the rule about being a woman. Yes, now everyone forgot. There was a rule that a woman should not go to war, or only men should fight in the war. So now what happened? All this rule has gone and everyone has forgotten the rule. He wanted Mulan to stay with him in the palace and be an advisor, but she chose to go to her family. She thanked the emperor and said she wanted to be in family. The emperor gave her 6 horses and 6 fine swords, so that her people will know that he thinks of her. Everyone cheered that she was safe and well honored. So far we have seen the summary, and let me just give you the main points that we have discussed. The first one was announcement from the Chinese. The other one, Mulan joins the battle. The next, truth about Mulan. The other one was Mulan's bravery and acceptance of soldiers. The last one, Mulan's final decision and the emperor's gift. So far we have seen the story, we have discussed the story, and I think you will be very clear, and now you will be able to tell me how many characters are involved in this story. Now, if you could just see the story, recollect the story, what are the characters we have seen? Mulan, Mulan's father, emperor, and the soldiers. Yes. So keep all these characters in mind so that you will be able to answer the question that is asked from the story. Dear students, to make this story very clear and understand better, let us see some of the questions given in your book. Look at the first question. A. Choose the correct answer. Question number 1. Mulan goes to the battle instead of her father because. Why she goes to battle? The choice is A. She wants to be a soldier. B. She was asked to join the army. C. Her father is old. D. Her brother is sick. And the answer is C. Her father is old. That's why she wants to go to the army. Look at the other question. What did Mulan do before leaving the house? The choices are A. Took leave from her mother. B. Cut off her hair. C. Prayed. D. Made a dress for war. And the answer is B. Cut off her hair. Look at the other question. What is the story about? So we have seen the story. What is the theme based on? A. Winning. B. Friendship. C. Women empowerment. D. Patriotism. The answer is C. Women empowerment. Yes, I already told you that this unit is about the women empowerment, or this unit's theme is based on women empowerment. Look at the fourth question. The emperor asked Mulan to stay with him in the palace as is A. Wife. B. Royal advisor. C. Army general. D. Friend. And the answer is royal advisor. Look at the other question. The fifth question is, the emperor gave Mulan A. 6 horses and 6 swords. B. A death sentence. C. Gold. D. 6 camels. Answer 6 horses and 6 swords. Look at the last question. How did people of the village react to Mulan after her return from the battle? A. Cheered her, mocked her, punished her, scolded her. And the answer is A. Cheered her. So by looking at all this, choose the correct answer. You could have got more ideas, or you could have made your understanding better. The other one is answer the following question in a sentence or two. Look at the first question. What was the emperor's order? Remember the story? The emperor's order was that one man from each Chinese family must leave his family to join the army. That was the order given by the emperor. And the second question is, where did Mulan's father hear about the emperor's order? Mulan's father heard about the emperor's order in town. Yes, when he was in town, he could hear the emperor's order. And look at the other question, why couldn't Mulan's brother go to war? Mulan's brother couldn't go to the war because he was a child. Look at the other question, why did Mulan disguise herself as a man? So, you heard, we have seen already that she cuts her hair short and wears dress and she goes to army. Mulan disguised herself as a man because women were not allowed to join the army. Yes, we have seen that the women were not allowed to go to the army. Look at the other question, how did the soldiers become sick? A bad fever swept through the army, so many soldiers became sick. Next question, how would she be punished if found guilty? We all know Mulan's father was so much afraid, if found guilty, she would be killed. Why did the emperor give her fine gifts? The emperor gave her fine gifts because she won the battle and saved China. Look at the last question, how did the soldiers come to know about Mulan's real identity? You know, when a bad fever swept the army, all the soldiers became sick. Even Mulan was affected by this fever. When the doctor examined in her tent, the doctor came to know that she was a woman and informed the soldiers. Now, let us see the character sketch of Mulan. Mulan was a brave warrior who saved China from the enemies. That's the first thing about Mulan. She was very much determined, courageous and intelligent. She was unselfish too because she wanted to fight for the country. She didn't care about herself. The incident which attests to this trait was after returning from the war, the emperor offered her the post of royal advisor. She refused the post and simply told that she wanted to return home. Mulan's determination helped her through her adventures defeating the enemy's army. She never gave up in bad situation. That is another character of Mulan. At war, she was very intelligent and was quick planner. This attitude won her the war for the Chinese. She fought in the battle for 12 years and gained high merit. She refused any rewards except 6 fine horses and 6 fine swords. So, this clearly tells that she was very brave, determined and empowered. There is another paragraph question, do you agree with Mulan's decision to go to war justified? Yes, Mulan's decision to go to war was correct. She is a patriotic girl, wanted to fight for her country. When the emperor of China insisted that one man from each family should join the army, she was ready to join the army disguised as a man. At first, her father decided to join the army, but Mulan protested that he could not go as he was old and sick. Her brother was a child. So, she decided to join the army. A father was afraid that emperor would kill her if he knew that she was a woman. But Mulan was confident that no one would find her. She cut her hair like a man and picked up the sword. She bade him goodbye, climbed on a horse, and went to join the emperor's army. So, we have few more questions like rearranging the sentences in coherent order. So, this is the most important question in the supplementary. So, the words, the sentence are given in zigzag. We should put them in coherent order. Maybe let us see one or two examples. Look at the first one. A, with her sword, she cut off her long black hair. The next one, no, my daughter, you cannot do this. The next sentence, many years ago, China was in the middle of a great war. The next one, look at me, I am your son now. The other one, I will do my part for China. So, all these sentences are, they are not given in order. Now, we are going to arrange the sentences in order. Look at the first one. C is the first sentence that should come in the order. Many years ago, China was in the middle of a great war. That is supposed to be the first one. The next sentence, with her sword, she cut off her long black hair. Next sentence, look at me, I am your son now. The next sentence, I will do my part for China. And the last one, no, my daughter, you cannot do this. Let us look at one more example. But I never meant for you to go to war. Father, for years you trained me in Kung Fu. No one will find out, father, said Mulan and kissed him goodbye. The next sentence, take care of yourself, father, and tell my brother I said goodbye. The next sentence, if they find out you are a woman, you know as well as I do that you will die. So, all the sentences are given not in order. So, you are going to put them in order. Look at the answer. The first sentence supposed to be, father, for many years you trained me in Kung Fu, but I never meant for you to go to war. If they find out you are a woman, you know as well as I do that you will die. No one will find out, father, said Mulan and kissed him goodbye. Take care of yourself, father, and tell my brother I said goodbye. So, these are the order. So, by understanding all these question answers, you will be able to understand the story better, or you will be able to answer any question that is asked in the exam. Now, if you see this story, Mulan proved herself as an empowered woman. It is all our responsibility to support women to come out with flying colors. I wish you all the best. Thank you.